Hello everyone. The purpose of this video is to talk about toolbar in the form of action bar. Well, these are two technical terms. You might be wondering what is the relationship. Well, by default, when you create any Android application, what you get right over here, this particular section is what known as action bar. But when Google introduced material design, then the concept of toolbar popped in, whereby it gives the developer the chance to customize the toolbar according to the requirement. So toolbar is also a form of an action bar only after customization and implementing it in the form of action bar. Okay. So in this video, I will be showing you all the stuff what you need to do. So let's get started. By default, every application will be having an action bar. Make sure you remove the action bar and so that you can customize your toolbar into an action bar. So no action bar has to be written over here. That's the first requirement. Okay. Once you've done that, you come back to your activity underscore main.xml file. Here you're using the Google Android material design support in the form of V7. Okay, Android support V7 widget toolbar. This is what you have to introduce, and you have to have certain properties. The first one, you need to give an ID so that you can customize it in your Java file. It should have a width, how much the width should be, and it should have a height, and it should be of this much height. And there is a background color given, otherwise you will not be able to identify your toolbar. And in case if you are not writing the style part, let me just chop it out so that you can see the difference, and let me go for the build once again. The griddle will be working on this. See over here, the text color of your title in the action bar is completely black, and your home button is also black in color, so that's not very soothing one. So I replace it back over here. So once I apply this theme, you are modifying the text color, you're modifying your back button so that it looks more prominent. That is what the theme has got to do. Okay, once you have done that, you are ready to now go for the Java file. As I step into it, the first thing what you'll do is that you have to create a reference of the class toolbar. Do remember when you're creating the reference that it should belong to the V7 widget toolbar. You should not go for Android.widget toolbar, because Android has the previously old action bar in the form of Android support Android widget toolbar. So don't take that one. It should have a v7.widget toolbar, because that's what we have actually implemented in my XML file as well. So after creating the reference of the toolbar, now what you will do, you go for find view by ID, and this ID is the one that is matching with the activity that activity is having over here, right? So next thing, you will be getting the support of the action bar, because you have to replace your toolbar. You remember, you're replacing your toolbar into an action bar. So once you're replacing a toolbar into an action bar, this has to be done with the help of get set support action bar. Okay, and then if you want to insert this home button, the only thing that you need to do is get support action bar dot set display home up, home as up enable true. This line has to be written. That will be giving you the arrow button. Okay, but the home button, but it will not be functional until you go for a few more implementation. Okay, now if you see, this much is sufficient to bring your toolbar into action bar, but I want that there should be the option menu. If I click this, you see a menu getting formed over here. I want that as well. So for that reason, you have to give a call to, you have to override a method called on option on create option menu. This has to be written over here, which has a menu as a parameter. So this on create option menu will be responsible for generating this triple dot, whereby if you click it, you're getting this shortcut menu, you can say, or you can say a pop-up menu that is popping up over there, right? But in order to create this menu, then first important thing that you have to do is that you have to create an XML file where this menu option will be there. And for that reason, what you can do is that you right click on the resource, and you get the option called new Android resource file, and here you can choose whatever file name you want, and make sure the resource type, which is over here, should be menu. This will create a folder inside your resource folder, which is already, in my case, already I have done it. So here is a menu folder, and inside that I have got the XML file. Let me open this one. Here is my XML file. Then this is of type menu, and here I have added the items. Okay, the item which you can see right over here. The first one I've added is user, given ID, because this ID you will be using for the program purpose, and the title will be shown to the user. Similarly, settings it will be used for the coding purpose. This will be visible. And I have gone for another item that is called search. This is the ID and this is the title, which is not visible over here because I have inserted a drawable picture. Okay, so for inserting a drawable, for inserting an icon, what you can do is that you can right click over there, you go to the new option and then vector asset, click over here. Here you can go for a search, and in this search option, if you write in the icon list, if you go for search, so you write down you need a search icon, and here you get it, and this icon, then you go for and click OK. It will give you the name, by what name you want to save. If you go for click, it will say that this particular file is getting saved inside the drawable folder, and that's what I have already done it. So if you click it over here, you will find the search icon is right over here. If you double click on this, this is a search icon. If I have to show you the preview part, see, you cannot see it because it's in the fill color is white. Okay, so by default it will be black, so which will be having 000000. So I replace it with double F double F double F. That will make it white in color so that it looks pretty attractive. Okay, so I have inserted the icon over here, and I have said that show as action if room. That means sufficient amount of space has to be there, then only this icon will be appearing in your toolbar come action bar. Okay, so that was the item related to the search. Okay, so this menu XML has to be created, and now coming back to the Java file once again, you have to go for inflator because you have customized your XML file, so you need to convert the XML file into a Java object. As we all know that there are two types of inflator. One is called layout inflator and other one is called menu inflator. Since we are working on the toolbar, so we'll be working on the menu inflator. So this is the first line which you have to create a reference to the menu inflator, and after you have inflate, you will be giving a call to the XML file. That this is the XML file which you have just now created over here, and this will be applicable as a menu. Okay, so this will create this triple dot and clicking over there it this particular option menu. But if you click on this, nothing is going to work because one more method you have to override, that is called on option item selected, and in this you have to pass the parameter as menu item. It will be identifying which particular item you are choosing. Like right now, if I click the settings, you get to see I'm inside the activity called settings. Okay, so this has to be done over here. So specifically which item you are choosing, you keep the ID over here, and then you go for a switch case stating that which ID matches with the ID that is there in the menu. So let me open the menu once again. As I already said that these are the IDs that you will be working on at the code level. So here am I working on the user ID. There's ID as user. So this is what I'm referring. This is ID for setting. I'm referring to this one, and I'm having an ID called search. So this will be traversing you to the new activity, which you must be knowing how to create multiple activity. And once you have reached over there, and I suppose right now I'm in the setting activity. So if I go for this back button, it will bring me my home window. I mean to say my first activity. So how did I manage to do that? For that reason, you have to go to your XML file. So come to the manifest file, come to the XML over here, and I've written over here as a parent which activity you are going to jump in. So if you click the settings, the parent would be the main activity. If you're coming to the user activity, the parent would be main activity, and if you're coming to the search, the same thing you're applying as main activity. Okay, so this thing you have to keep it in mind, that which one you are applying for, right? And now one last thing which you have to keep in mind is that suppose you are right now at the main activity. So if you click this back home button again, you have to land up in the home screen. So if I click this, getting back to the home screen, and for that reason what I have done over here, the last condition what I've kept it, since the ID of the home is from by default from Android, so you have to add this word called android.art.id.home, and if you click that, it will take you back to the home window. So you're finishing all the process from the stack, and nothing should be kept in the stack memory. Okay, so that was how, and that was all about the toolbar action bar. I think that this will be sufficient enough to give an idea. Still, if you have got any query, don't forget to ask me. Until my next video, have a nice time. Thank you so much.